Welcome back to Sim Sunday. I am the Sunday pilot, and in this episode we're in Manchester in the northwest of England on board an EasyJet A320 of Aerosoft Professional. We're continuing with our Interesting Approaches series, where as you can see from the title slide of this video, we're flying from here in Manchester down to the Rock of Gibraltar. Jumping straight into sim brief, we're going to be departing on runway 23 left here at Manchester, which is the newer of the two runways. Following the SID, we'll be turning left shortly after departure, heading towards the south coast of England and overhead the Isle of Wight. Crossing the English Channel, France and most of Spain, we'll be starting our approach into Gibraltar overhead the Mediterranean Sea. As you can see from SimBrief, we're expecting to be landing on runway 27 in Gibraltar. Sadly, that wasn't the case, because Mother Nature decided that I was going to have to land on runway 09 in Gibraltar, and that was going to make things a lot more interesting, especially for a Sunday pilot like myself. Right, back in the cockpit, it's time to get this journey to Gibraltar underway.
Airport is filed. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain altitude 12,000. Departure frequency is 118.575. Squawk 3215.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Left is clear. Right is clear.
EC-1906, treat taxi holding point for runway 2. Treat left via taxiway Juliet Echo Foxtrot. Kilo Delta Delta Zulu, runway 5, left Echo. Contact tower on 119.4 when ready.
As we taxi out to runway 23 left here at Manchester, it's time to tell you a little bit about the scenery I'll be using during this flight down to Gibraltar. As with all of my airports here in the United Kingdom, I'm using the fantastic scenery of UK 2000. And at the time of recording this video during January 2021, this was the extreme version of Manchester, or should I say the latest version of UK 2000 Manchester Extreme. Of course, by now you will know that I've turned off, or should I say I've completely deleted Orbx True Earth England. So as we depart Manchester, the scenery that has been generated is Orbx England EU. And when we get down to Gibraltar, the scenery that I've got installed there is Aerosoft Gibraltar Professional. I think the author for that scenery is actually Simwings, but I'm really not too sure. Okay, we're just about to cross runway 23 right en route towards runway 23 left, the new runway here at Manchester. Well, it's sort of new. It's been around probably for well over a decade now, but it's fairly new, or should I say it's the newer of the two runways. So at this point of the video, I'm going to jump straight to runway 23 left at Manchester as we depart on this EasyJet flight down to Gibraltar.
1906 Street, ready for IFR departure. Runway 2, treat left.
Approaching 24 left. On taxiway. On taxiway.
Road 25 descent.
As we start our initial descent towards Gibraltar, as a Sunday pilot and a very inexperienced pilot at that, this particular approach was a complete nightmare for me. 9 out of 10 times when you fly into Gibraltar, you're directed towards runway 27. That's a fairly straightforward, in fact, straight in approach. But today, as luck would have it, the weather gods were against me and I was being directed by ATC towards runway 09. The challenge with the approach into Gibraltar isn't really geography, in fact it's political. As you can imagine, I really don't want to get into that on this channel. But suffice to say, I was going to be having to make an approach from the south, with the rock just off my right wing, including a low altitude 90-degree right turn onto final at the last minute, of course. Of course, there is an RNAV for this approach, and this is exactly what I was following, but I realised I still had to make that final 90-degree turn to the right by hand. And of course, in a PC simulator in 2 dimensions, that's a lot easier said than done.
Clear to land. Runway 9er, EC1, 9er, 6th Street.
Think rate.
$500. 400.
Speed. Speed.
300. 200. 100. 50, 40,
Think rate.
30, 20. Retard 5.
Nine 100 meters remaining.
And there you go, guys, another interesting approach here on Sim Sunday. I've actually been to Gibraltar many times in real life, and this little airport always amazes me. So as you can see with the terminal just ahead of us, it's a very short taxi. And with that, all that remains for me to say is thank you very much for watching and safe flying.